Welcome to The Source, where we combine the headlines with in-depth conversations with the newsmakers themselves. Today on the program, in the Senate's hot seat, the Philippine National Police Chief.
I really don't know what personal gripes that Major Magalong here has on me, Your Honor, because this happened 2013.
Senators trying to uncover the truth behind the 2013 drug operation in Pampanga.
Iniisip mo pa ako na sasagot mo. And pagka ganyan ang sagot, hindi totoo, iniimbento lang, nag-iisip pa lang.
Was there a cover-up to protect the so-called ninja cops?
Whether I called or not, wala pong nagbago dun sa decision niya.
And days before his retirement, some lawmakers want the PNP chief to resign.
You dropped the ball. From the very beginning, you dropped the ball.
I'm willing to be subjected to investigation, Your Honor. No, kung hindi pa po kontento dun sa sinabi ni General Gairlan.
Philippine National Police Chief General Oscar Albayalde joins us live. Thank you for joining us. I'm Pinky Webb. Lawmakers grill the Philippine National Police Chief and other policemen over alleged irregularities in the 2013 drug operation in Pampanga. Philippine Drug Enforcement Agency, or PDEA Chief Aaron Aquino, changes tune on Thursday's hearing and says the PNP chief intervened in carrying out the dismissal order against the so-called ninja cops. However, an investigator and even former PNP CIDG Chief Benjamin Magalong clarified that there was no direct link or evidence to show the PNP chief was involved in the Agaw Bato scheme. So, is resignation or taking a leave of absence on the table? And the integrity of the Philippine National Police on the war drugs being put into question? Let's go straight to the source of the story. We have Philippine National Police Chief General Oscar Albayalde. General, good to see you again. Thank you for your time, sir. Oh, I'm sure pagod na rin ho kayo kakaikot at kaka-attend ng hearing. So I'm gonna go straight to the point. Si DG Aquino po yesterday, sinabi na po niya, okay, natakot ako para sa pamilya ko, kaya noong Tuesday sinabi ko lang na tumawag lang si General Albayalde, tinanong ang status, pero ang katotohanan, sabi niya kahapon, sinabi niyo huwag i-implement yung order ng dismissal, sir.
Unang-una, remember, no, si General Aquino, I think 4 times niyang nagbago yung kanyang statement. Nung una, sinabi niya status, and then when he was pressured in the Senate, then nag-retract siya. And then after that, after the Senate hearing, sinabi niya ulit, talagang we're friends and then talagang tinanong ni General Albayalde is only the status. You see, it went out in the press, no? And then later, yesterday, again, nagbago na naman. What's really very important here, what I want to stress here, whether I called or not, ang sinabi niya, he was never influenced. He was asked, sinabi niya ganun. You see, dito papasok, Pinky, yung upper class, underclass. You can never influence an upper class. That's why, yes, he is my upper class man. So I can never influence his decision.
Kahit na po sabihin natin, NCRPO chief kayo.
We'll just vote 1-star din. Remember, yung 1-star ko, ang tagal bago ko nakuha yung 2-star ko, no, sa NCR because there were no quota for 2-star din. Pareho lang kami. And in fact, even Chief Bato, he is class 86 at meron siyang upper class na under him, talagang sinishare pa rin niya. That's the tradition in PMA, Pinky. So, I think it's really very clear here na tinanong siya, I don't know who senator asked him, binago mo ba yung decision? No, sir. I even placed them in Mindanao. Tinapon ko pa nga sila sa Mindanao. So, let me also straighten this thing, no? During the time of DG Aquino, I believe the resolution there then was already partially granted from dismissal to demotion. That's why General Lacadin, remember, was there yesterday to clarify that matter. It's because their administrative case was already decided upon by then the RD for dismissal. General Petrosanta, I remember, he gave the decision already for dismissal and sent it to Camp Crames for implementation way back 2014.
That is a question that Senator Ping Lacson brought up. Inisa-isa niya. Sabi niya, okay.
What happened then from 2014 to 2016 when no less than the previous RD recommended for their dismissal? That is a very big question, Pinky. No? If Mayor Magalong was really very emphatic and so serious in this case, when he was the Director for Investigation and Detective Management, when he had all the power, the influence, and the authority. And now he's saying that he was, he's so busy with all. This is a part of the job description. And why after 6 years you will remember this thing? I really don't know. No, there's something here.
What is your theory, sir?
Well, I can only surmise,
What
Pinky.
is your- yes.
I can only surmise because I'm about to retire. No, I'm about to retire, and probably it has something to do with the person who wants to be the next chief PNP.
So you're saying, sir, ang naiisip niyo po, ginagawa po to ni Mayor Magalong, parang...
I can't say that. Siya lang ang nakakaalam niyan. No? Deep in his heart, probably he knows the reason why. No, I know this person, kung talagang siya ay he always say that he loves his country so much. No, I think for the love of country also, ito yung punot dulo na makita what is his motive, no? Wala akong makitang after 6 years, oh. Sabihin na there were lapses, sabihin niya pinipilit niya there were lapses then and so and so and so on. May leadership lapses, meron administrative lapses. If and when I had those lapses then, again, I was floating for 8 months. After that, I was floating for 8 months. He could have done everything until probably my dismissal. He had all the power. Again, no? It's really very confusing. It creates a lot of question. No? I was not made to occupy a position for 8 months. No? I have nobody with me except my family then. No? Why was I not never charged? Both criminally and administratively. At least, if they saw administrative lapses on my part, I could have been administratively charged.
But you were just relieved.
You were just
For 8
relieved
months.
for to pave the way for an impartial investigation. And
okay.
I think General Garland has made that very, very
He
clear
did yesterday. Na wala kayong kinalaman
very
dito.
clear yesterday.
Oh, sir.
No?
Pero pupuntahan ko yan si Garland. There's so many people involved here, but I want to go back to my previous question. So, tumawag kayo, sabi ni DG Aquino sa kanya, at sinabi mo, ilagay na po natin sa tabi yung partially granted or hindi, dahil marami din tanong yung mga senador dyan. So, did you call him and did you say, do not implement the dismissal?
No, of course not.
So he's
Of course,
lying?
Well, that is his word against me. I don't know. I cannot argue here because this has seemed to have been judged already. No, I cannot change the mind of anybody, Pinky. So I don't want to argue here. I called as a commander. No, as a commander. As you know, you have friends also. People will ask help from you, their families and all, right? So, what's wrong with asking on the status of the case, no? You know, we're in the military, no? Pag sinabing tao mo kasi, ngayon I'm the chief PNP, I have 190,000 na tao ko. Pag sinabi mo tao, it's not only them, but the whole Pampanga PPO din. When I have more than 3,000 under me. Now I'm the chief PNP. Lahat yan tao ko,
So,
Pinky.
right? Ganito, sir, I know you're saying you don't want, but what did you do? Did you call him? Did you
Yes,
call DG
I did
Aquino?
not deny that.
Okay, you
Yeah,
called him, and you called him to
only
ask
on
for the status.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Meron pa yan. You know, have to be courteous and all, right? He's your upper class.
Did you
the
tell him
status.
to, and just for the record, sir, did you tell him do not implement the order?
Of course not.
You did
I
not do
didn't
that.
even know the order then. Remember, I didn't even the order now. It's only now that we saw that since 2016, when it went down back from Krame to back to the region,
The provincial
and
director.
that was cleared by General Lacadin yesterday also.
So, sir,
You should be asking the legal officer there on what happened to the
Hindi ba
papers from
nagsalita din siya?
2016.
Yeah.
From 2016 until such time there was a resolution on their case.
So, sir, ang tanong ko, kasi I know you said it, but exactly what did you tell DG Aquino? Because you saying, nagtanong lang ako ng status. Ano ba sinabi niyo kay DG Aquino? Sir,
Yeah, I cannot remember the whole, of course, that's 6 years ago, no? But the word status, it's very normal when you ask the status. Hindi mo pwedeng, sir, wag mong, you cannot say that, Pinky. That's your upper class. No, hindi mo pwedeng dictate. In fact, again, General Aquino made that very, very clear yesterday. He was never influenced. In fact, he threw them out to Mindanao.
Yes, he said that.
Let's make that very, very clear.
Yeah.
So the influence is never there.
Yeah. Tanggalin na natin yung ginamit na word kasi wala naman pong ginamit na word na influence si General Oscar Albayalde. Pero sinabi po niya,
Just the status,
huwag
sir.
mong implement ang order. Sabi niya, sir, bakit? Kasi tao ko po sila.
Well, yung status, ang sabi niya, of course, he will know that they were my former personnel under me, no? Kasi masyado yung tao mo eh, no? Yung tao mo, when you say tao, it's a general thing, Pinky, no? It's a general thing para maintindihan po ng taong bayan. Kaya sabi ko nga, I have 190,000 people under me. I have 190,000 tao ko under me. I have more than 3,000 people under me when I was the PD. So, tao ko din lahat yun. No? Hindi mo na pwedeng sabihin na, ano ko yan eh, parang, you know, siyempre sasabihin mo, it's the word tao mo yan.
So,
para kasing masyadong ano yung tao mo yan.
But it's clear, sir,
Diba?
to you, and you're telling us that you never said do not implement
Yes,
the
of
order.
course.
Okay.
I don't even know the order then.
So let me move forward, sir, because even with you calling for a status, I understand what you said, sir, because you said it in the Senate as well na, syempre, tumatawag sa akin yung mga pamilya
Yes,
nila,
the family
tinatanong.
will all, of course,
Ito po ang
ask.
tanong ni Senator Gordon, was it ethical? For you to even call to find out the status, was it right? Was it ethical?
Well, if people, no, will not ask this, then wala sigurong pwedeng manghingi ng tulong sa atin, Pinky. Is it ethical also? Is it not ethical when you a friend will call you? Will you say that, no, I cannot do that. It's unethical. Can you say that?
So is it ethical what you did, sir?
Well, in our organization, it's normal. It's normal. You know, it's normal.
So-
Even in the military, it's
So
normal.
now that this has come out, sir, you're saying it's normal. You're saying it's ethical. 6 years later, this comes. Hindi naman, kasi yung supposed call was in 2016. 3 years later, and 6 years since
Sabi ko nga,
the anti-drug operation.
I think even Senator
Soto,
Gordon
Ping Lacson,
even made gestures nung sabi niya, oh, ako nga tumatawag sa iyo, di ba? Well, yes, sir. When you have problem with the Red Cross, oh, now ask me, is that ethical?
Is that ethical?
See,
So you stand by that. You stand by that.
It happens, Pinky.
So, wala, ngayon na lumabas po ito, there's a Senate investigations are here. So, okay, you're saying it's ethical, you're standing by it. Do you regret doing it, sir? Knowing where you are right now because of this?
I don't think so. No, it happened in 2013, no? Ang sabi ko palagi kong sinasabi, tinatanong ko sa sarili ko, bakit ngayon? When I'm about to retire, no? This has something to do with something else, Pinky. The first time,
Sir, magre-retire na rin naman kayo. Why don't you just say it?
First day that I appeared in the Senate, anong ginawa ko? My first statement was to ask that the executive session be made public, right? So probably from that executive session, we will know what's going on kung ano talaga ito. So that is my appeal lang, no? It should be made public and I be given a copy.
True.
Actually, I wrote the Senate committee chairman to give me a copy. So you will see probably from there on what really the motive is here. After 13 years, no, why all of a sudden somebody remembered, oh, wala si Albayalde had administrative lapses na yan.
How do you reconcile that, sir, with Senator Gordon saying, remember, itong si Benji Magalong, inimbita lang namin dito. Sir, tatapusin ko lang. So, dahil may pinag-usapan natin ng GCTA. Noong napag-usapan yung GCTA, napag-usapan yung mga drugs at drug lord doon sa loob ng Bilibid. Pagkatapos nang lumabas na po yung recycled drugs, para bang, what I'm trying to say, sir, is that to him, it's as if it was one piece after another that led to this. What do you say to that, sir?
Number one, no, the thing in Pampanga, is it really related to the GCTA,
Good conduct time
Good
allowance.
conduct time allowance? Really? Really? This we're talking of detainees here. We're not talking about ninja cops here.
Yeah.
We're not talking about recycling here. No, the people should really know this. No, why all of a sudden biglang ganon? No?
But sir,
You really think those things are connected?
me?
Really?
That's what the senator told us when we asked him.
Yes.
Kasi ang tanong nga,
Diba?
kasi ang tanong daw
Yeah.
ni General
Then-
Oscar Albayalde, sir, bakit naman napunta dito ang usapan?
yun yung, and remember, I was called there as a resource person for GCTA. No, I was invited there as a resource person, not as an accused.
Sir, so I'm gonna go on a break. So what is your theory? Anyway, sabi mo magre-retire na rin naman. What is your theory?
I'm retiring. Then who's the next chief PNP? Diba? Who's gonna be the next chief PNP here? No, this is what we call politics probably in our organization. Pinky.
We'll be taking a short break. This is The Source on CNN Philippines. Please stay tuned. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Our guest today, PNP Chief General Oscar Albayalde. I will have to ask you, sir, to repeat that on air, what we were talking about during the break. Ano ang ibig sabihin ng dahil nga magre-retire na kayo at meron ng susunod na PNP Chief? So, what, sir?
Baka meron nga kinalaman nito kung sino yung who wants to be the next chief PNP in the Philippine National Police. And they could also, ito yung isang paraan, they will destroy my reputation, my integrity, so that kapag ako'y nag-endorse sa presidente, that's a kiss of death already. No? I think I can, because alam mo, wala ako kasing makitang ibang motibo eh. No? Wala akong ibang kasing, that is the very reason, again, no? Sana isa publiko talaga yung laman ng executive session.
Hindi lang yung ninja cops.
Yes, hindi lang yun. No? The whole thing. I think Senator Gordon actually said yes. But I don't know what. Kaya ngayon, I wrote a letter for me to be furnished a copy. Para naman malaman natin ito. No? Kasi
Ano ba yung nandun na
parang
hindi
naging
natin
blind.
narinig,
I don't
sir?
know. I don't know what's inside that executive session, no? Kasi kailangan nga makita natin eh kung bakit nakatutok dito. What else did they talk about? Right? What else did they talk about? 'Di ba? Bakit ito biglang natutok ito? What else did they talk about during that time? No? Ito ang mag-clear sa lahat siguro. Ito ang mag-clear. It's because Pinky, as of this time, I would say that the PNP was really affected here, no? Because it's the father. And it's really very unfair on the majority of the PNP. Why this time that we have this high improved level of satisfaction, level of respect and confidence sa mga tao? Bakit biglang ganun? I mean, alam mo, masama din ang naging loob ng marami. I feel the moral of my men. My men, mga tao ko, my men, the PNP, no? Bakit? Tinatanong nila, sir, bakit ganyan? Well, we are doing everything, no? Hindi ba nakikita ng publiko our effort? I've been saying this over and over, even in the Senate. But it seems na hindi naman nila gusto ito marinig eh.
Ang gusto matutukan.
Di ba?
itong
Meron
ninja
gusto
cops.
kasi talagang it's not the effort of the PNP. We've been doing this, sabi ko nga, no, since the time of Senator Bato when nag-start siya as the chief. Tapos biglang ako, revitalize ko pa. Again, I will say this in public. It was my time that I created the Integrity Monitoring Enforcement Group. It became a national support unit, an operations support unit, to go after the scalawags in uniform para maging continuous itong aming kampanya against rogue cops. Kasi inaamin naman namin, Pinky, no? Hindi pa ubos yan. No, we are in the process and this is a continuing process. Hindi mo maubos yung mga scalawags with 190,000 people, no?
and
With
women.
190,000 people, you without these scalawags overnight.
So the question really here, sir, is let me stick to what happened yesterday. Si Colonel Balayo po.
Balayo.
Baloyo. Dinala na po sa
Yes.
sa Muntinlupa, no? because the senators were saying that he's lying. My question, sir, is if we're talking about the war on drugs, scalawag policemen, ito ho bang 13 to? Ninja cops ho ba sila? Scalawag ho ba sila?
Let me explain to you about the ninja cops, no? The ninja cops, how they evolved. No? Probably 10 or 15 years ago, long time ago, how they evolved, particularly here in Metro Manila, no? Here in Metro Manila. Ang umpisa niyan, they started small, no? Like a drug enforcement unit o yung mga probably from intelligence unit, no? Usually before kasi wala pang drug enforcement unit, hindi pa talaga nakatutok diyan. But they go after drug pushers. Nagumpisa yan, I believe in Western Police District pa noon. So medyo sumikat sila. They go after drug pushers, street pushers, medyo ano sila. So lumaki yung unit nila. And then they started they learned on, may pera pala dito. They started, pushing a little, mga ganon. Nagre-recycle na, nag-start na. And then, suddenly, doon, may nag-cuddle sa kanila. Di ba? May nag-cuddle sa kanila na big time officer and probably drug lords. And then, na-reassign sa ibang district ngayon. But their connections stayed. Yeah. And then they went to other district again. Then again, their connections stayed. To give you a good example, in previous times, you will see in the news, no, there were recoveries of large amounts of shabu without any arrest. Inside the car, inside the car. Like, I see that in news because hindi ako naka-assign sa Metro Manila. Yeah. So, me, as an intelligence, parang, really, nung ako yung NCR, wala pa kaming nahuli na sasakyan na walang tao eh. Kasi remember yung nakuha namin sa Muntinlupa or Alabang, I think merong tao doon sa di ba? So how could you recover probably 2, 3, 5, 5 kilos? And then again, isa pa.
The point being, sir?
The point being here is sindikato ang when you say of ninja cops. Sindikato ito eh. Sindikato. I think that was made cleared by also DG Aquino when he said that yung rampant na sinasabi niya, no, rinitrack niya. No, kasi that started it all eh.
Yeah,
when he said that started it all eh. When sabi niya, rampant talaga eh. sabi niya, uy, nagkamali ako dun sa word na rampant.
So,
diba?
so ang tanong, sir, itong 13 ho ba, pinaniniwalaan nyo yung kanilang version versus the other version that...
I cannot say that, Pinky, because there will be an investigation. That, yung pinakamagandang nangyari is the investigation. No, investigation. The investigation, the review of the DOJ and the review of their administrative case. And in fact, sabi ko nga, I am willing even, no, we go 6 years back. Probably I can go back in time and then I'll be willing to be investigated also. If they see that I have administrative lapses, then I can go back in time and serve probably.
Let me ask you now, do you feel you had any administrative lapses, sir, before we go on a break? Because the question is, ang tanong po nila, bakit parang hindi ito minomonitor ni PD Albayalde? Nagkaroon ho ba kayo ng pagkukulang, sir?
You know, there was an investigation. Di ba sinabi na nga eh, the investigation was very, very clear. Meron doon na there is no lapses that they saw against Senior Superintendent Oscar Albayalde din. That is the very reason why I have no administrative case, Pinky.
Right. We'll be taking another short break. We'll be right back. You're watching The Source on CNN Philippines. Sir, so again, let me ask you this. Do you stand by Colonel Baloyo and his team?
I cannot say that. I have to wait for the... we have to be very, very, very focused and impartial on this. No?
Kahit na po sa...
I will respect the decision of the DOJ here. I cannot comment there because the case is under review, Pinky.
Sir, resignation, sabi po ni Senator Richard Gordon, maybe you should consider resigning. The Makabayan Bloc has filed a resolution
That's
for your...
Makabayan Bloc. That's Makabayan Bloc, Pinky. You should remember. Sino ba nagsasabi? That's Makabayan Bloc.
No, kaya nga sinabi ko din si Senator Dick Gordon. Although you have Senator Tito Soto saying no.
Well, I know, I'm very, very thankful to the senators, for, balanced thinking and all. Yung mga, at least kung sino nagsasalita, kung sinong hindi.
Should you consider?
Sabi nga, I'll ask the president on this. I'll wait for the decision of the president. And I think the president have already said before he went to Russia, when he said that he will have Secretary Anyo to look into it.
After the
Diba?
Senate finishes its
Yes,
Did you
yes,
ever
of
think
course.
that maybe I should take a leave of absence?
I will ask.
niyo ba?
That has to be asked to the president. I will let the president decide on
Personally,
that.
sir.
Pinky.
Kayo?
Personally, since alam kong, Pinky, pag alam mong nasa tama ka, ang ano ko dito is not yung tama o mali ka eh, no? Yung kasi it's yung frustration, you're tired every day that they ask you the same question,
Yeah.
affected yung organization namin, affected yung family mo, no? I think even the whole Filipino nation is affected here, no? Our war on drugs is really affected also, no? Ito yung it's not about what I think, no? It's what is probably yung naging problema, but that brought about by this insinuations and accusations way back 2013, no? To say you the truth, of course, as I've said, apektado yung moral ng tao, no? Apektado ang moral ng PNP rito. While we are doing our best, no? It seems while we're doing everything, war on drugs, crimes, corruption, terrorism, and yet a thing of the past will just come out, no?
Sir, what about your moral?
Parang ganon. Me? Well, I will be lying to you, Pinky, if I say that, of course, me and my family was not affected. No? Malaking, in anything, when your integrity is being questioned openly in public, sino bang nasasaktan? It's your family, Pinky. It's your family. Remember that. No? I hope these people have their families also. No? And I hope they understand that. Tingnan mo, yesterday also, nakita ko si Major Ray Dado. No? When it comes to the family, you become very emotional. No? I'm sorry, I was teary when I was invited by Igan during, I think, yesterday, dun sa our 2 days back.
2 days,
no?
sir.
I'm really sorry. I apologize to the public on that. I really have to,
Stay strong.
control my emotion. It's because hindi mo pwedeng pakita sa mga anak mo yan eh. My children are already big at naintindihan na nila. So they ask you, Dad, why? Why now? No? Ito yung hindi mo maintindihan. See? Kaya sabi ko sa iyo, ang the most na nasisira dito is, again, the family. Remember, after my retirement, saan ba ako uuwi, Pinky? Sa pamilya ko. Di ba? I'll not go to anybody else. I'll not go asking for help. No? I'll not go calling probably for, di ba? I'll go home to my family.
At the end of the day.
My family has been separated from me for the past 3 years, since the time that I assumed as RD of NCRPO for security reasons and for me to concentrate on this. I see them probably a few days, a few days in 6 months, probably a few days in a year. No? And yet, nakikita lahat nila ito sa news. Sir. You could just imagine. Yeah. No?
We're gonna have to...
And then they just text you, Dad, Dad, how are you? No? Ito ang repercussion nito, Pinky. It goes back to the family.
Any regrets, sir, that this is happening?
Ang sa akin lang is, I'm a government official. Palagi kong sinasabi sa sarili ko, I'm expendable. I'm expendable. Nung una pa lang na ako ay inappoint ni Senator Bato as RD, I told him, palagi niya sinasabi sa akin, Bok, sabi niya, RD ka ng NCR, I will be your show window, sabi niya. Yes, sir, sabi ko sa kanya. I will not betray your trust and confidence. So, did you see our effort when I was the RD of NCRPO? That is the very reason, Pinky, kaya ako naging chief PNP. The President doesn't even know me. See? The President doesn't even know me. So, bakit niya ako gawing in all my effort when I was the RD? Okay. And then suddenly now, tapos biglang all of a sudden, naglaho lahat na parang bula. But then again, sabi ko nga, wala, okay naman eh. Kasi it's a part of government service.
Alright.
This is all part of government service. The power play, it's all there, no? Yung politics namin inside. Kaya nga, alam mo, sabi ko nga, palagi kong sinasabi, tama si Presidente, sinabi niya the problem is not them. The problem is us. Even in our organization, the problem is us. It's not the PO1, Pinky. It's not the PO1. The problem is the officers' corps. We have also a problem in the officers'
All right,
corps
sir.
that I want to address also.
Okay.
No?
I wish we had more time, sir, but I'm going to have to leave it at that. You are retiring in November, and I hope to still have you as a guest before you say
Thank you,
goodbye. Sir,
Pinky.
maraming salamat
Maraming
po.
salamat.
You have
Thank you
always
for
given
having
us
me.
your time.
Maraming salamat
salamat po sa inyo. Thank you for joining us here on The Source. I'm Pinky Webb.